great.
Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our shipping container home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
I've just got the mini excavator back up and running. I've put it all back together for now, and the throttle cable, I've left the outer and just replaced it with a bicycle inner, a brake cable basically, and it's much smoother now, so it's not catching where before the old one was actually all crumpled up inside here. I've ordered the part, so I'll wait for that, and when it comes I'll change the whole thing together. Meanwhile, I'm just putting the air filter back on because I've been doing quite a lot with it and it is rattled off. So I found a new wing nut. Get that nice and tight. Okay, it's back on the road then for this. So the next job is to get these foundations dug, the footings for this wall. So what we've worked out, we're going to be 4 blocks high here. So 1 block will be in the ground, and then we're going to go 2 meters, which is basically 4 blocks, and then go down another block's worth. So I've got to step these foundations, and then another 2 meters, and step back down again another block. So it'll be 4, 5, 6 blocks, each 2 meters. And at the end, like Julie mentioned earlier, we're going to put the 40 centimeter square blocks, and that will be 7 high from the ground, bringing it out of the ground to level with the gabions, which are basically 1 meter out of the ground. So 40 blocks high will be basically under the ground. We're going to do it very similar to the retaining wall we did for the garage. So basically be block of bonche, which is the blocks, the empty blocks that you put loads of rebar, vertical and horizontal, and then fill in with the concrete, the cement mix. It's pretty strong, and then we'll finish it off with a 5 centimeter concrete cap, and that will tie it all in, and that will form this side and finish off this section of the garden here. So we'll have something then to work to this way for the driveway, put in another wall there later on, and get all of this nice and flat. And then once all that's done, we can measure everything as a datum for the house footings. This is a bit of the concrete from our concrete pour, the leftover stuff, but it's quite thin, it came up pretty easy.
Okay, hands up. I tipped the dumper up. Oh.
Yep, somebody needs to go back to CrossFit, don't they?
No, in fairness, it's a bit ibbly wibbly wobbly here, and I'm struggling going down with a full load of soil in my dumper.
Going to go straight back, and then we'll do it manually to get the proper level.
Using the mini excavator, we've roughed out our footings for this retaining wall, and it's in 3 layers. It steps down in 3. We just need to finish it by hand. We're trying to be as precise as possible so we don't have to cut any blocks or anything with the drops.
Well, we didn't film much of this setting out, just because there's a lot to think about. But we've basically got it all hopefully set out in line, just in front of the garage line and in line with the gabions. We've done 3 steps down for the footings. They're slightly wider than we want, but when we put in the rebar cage in the bottom, we'll then put some form wood down the side to basically bring in so we don't have to mix too much concrete. But we're probably going to have about 25 to 30 centimeters footing with rebar, and there's going to be a return just here, a 1 block return, and that will meet exactly the gabion here. So as you can see, that is basically where the gabion will sit. So we've got to backfill there with a bit of concrete and block and rubble and whatever, just to get that nice and solid. But that will then solidify this whole corner, and we won't have a lot of stress pushing it out this way. Good morning, next day. Julie's just got another ton of 020, and that is because we've decided to put a little bit in the base of the trenches we dug yesterday. So as you can see, we've got it's not made up, but I did chuck a bit extra in there, a couple of inches, just to bring it up to my levels. I just want to put in a bit of hardcore now, get that tampered down with the whacker plate, especially at the bottom. That bottom bit is full of rubble and stones and everything, so it's a good foundation. I've got some rebar. I'm going to get those jagged into these sort of kickboards that are holding it back. This is purely for the footing cement that we're putting down. We also now have to put the forms in because it's all a little bit too wide, and we don't want to make too much cement, like we said, because we're doing it by hand. Right, Julie can shovel me a couple of wheelbarrows. I'll get it in, and then we'll start tampering it down. Right, I'd like to thank VTO Man for sending us this 1500 watt power station. Pretty good machine. It's just coming on time as well, because today we're concreting. We've got lots to do with the footings for our retaining wall, and last time we used a 1000 watt power station, and it just didn't last the whole half day. I'm hoping this 1500 watt will be able to do all of the concreting we need. So on the front, as normal, we've got the inputs, AC, 12 volt and solar. It has the 12 watt DC output. It has a bunch of USBs, a couple of USB-Cs, and then here the 3 AC outputs. And that's all pretty much standard on most of the power stations. But on top of that, here you've got an outlet for a car booster using cables like this. So basically you can get the cables from VTO Man, who deal with a lot of car booster products as well. If you look on their website, details will be in the description. But you basically just plug the car booster into that and onto the battery, and you can get your car started. Or in our case, our little mini digger that's having a few problems with the starter. The other one here is the battery, and that connects to an extension battery that will be coming out towards the end of this year. A VTO Man battery extension, another 1500 watts. So that will make this unit 3000 watts. So I'm quite looking forward to basically purchasing that battery system when it comes in. And then on the back, we have the light, and that's pretty handy really. I'll just get him on. There we go, 3, flashy and SOS. But just to get a quick light onto your bench, working with the AC outlets just here, that's quite a good system. Another little thing is all your charging cables can fit in this little compartment in the top. So you've always got them. So when we're between our current house and this off-grid property, we've always got them in there, and we haven't gone, oh, forgot it at the other place, and we have to well all the way back. So I'd like again to thank VTO Man for sending us this unit. We're putting it to the test today with our concreting job. So if you want to check this unit out, I'll stick all the links in the description below.
Getting used to this now, guys.
We're also just using the wheelbarrow because we just want a little bit in this in the trough, and we're going to put the rest all on the driveway again. So We might as well just get it a ton at a time because it's the transport in the trailer and it gets duly fit. Come on. Notice a mini digger in the background that could easily do it, but
Run faster, car riding, interval training. Cool, it runs away with you.
one more in here. We'll put a little bit in the top.
Damaging my lawnmower. It turned out to be an iceberg, a lot bigger than we thought.
Yesterday we put the cages in and the bottom. I'm now putting in level pegs, which is basically putting these down to the top of the actual footing concrete. So when we actually pour the concrete in, as long as that concrete is exactly level with that peg, then we know it's all flat along the 2 meter section here. I'm also using it to tie the cage up onto the peg, basically to take it 5 centimeters, a couple of inches off the bottom, the base, so the concrete can get under all the cage.
Just bring back bad memories.
Oh no, that first wall.
Thought we'd put this away forever.
As we said, I don't know whether I did say, on the last wall, the big retaining wall we did, we put this cage in and then we strapped vertical rebar every sort of 20 centimeters along to match the holes of these blocks. I'm not going to do that this time because that was a lot of work. I'm just going to drill a hole down and chemically seal the vertical rebars in when we position the blocks. It's a lot easier. It's probably not as secure to that base, but this is a small retaining wall. I don't want to go over the top. The back one there was nearly 2 meters high and it forms part of the building. This at the maximum is only going to be 1.2 meters high and we've basically got soil both sides of it. It's really just to keep this little bit all nice, square and neat. So I think chemically gluing in the rebar into the concrete footing will be enough for this.
I just can't believe the amount of hard work we put into doing that garage base. Oh my God.
I know, and if we look at the calendar, we started the whole of the retaining wall near enough 1 year ago exactly.
Yeah.
Today, basically.
The end of our off season.
So we looked back at that the other day and thought, my gosh, so we've been 1 year on this project. I'm going to put together a 1 year time lapse of all where we've got to, but yeah, it's a nice birthday celebration, putting in another retaining wall using the same rebar that we did for that wall. So we're using all the spare stuff, so we're not having to pay anything out at the moment. And I've just been around my son's and stolen some more rebar from his.
Shush! He watches the videos, Ian. He knows.
Right, I'm going to carry on finishing this off, and then we're going to start on the wooden forms.
Suppose I better get dirty in the ditch with you.
Good morning. Right, that was quite a rainy day last night and yesterday, so we didn't get to finish off the trench. We're doing that now, but I have a truckload of cement bags in there and I need to get them out, and we're just pondering because at the moment we are down here, so that means hoiking all the concrete right up to here. So what we're thinking about is basically clearing this area here and having that as our concrete station, and that means we can just back that trailer there into this section here with all of the gravel and sand mix that Julie's just about to get, and just allows the least amount of movement with the wheelbarrow, etc. We got water, we got electricity close by, and I've just got to get all those cement bags out. So first task of the day, which wasn't planned, is to clear all of this section here so we can set it up for the concreting. Equal. Male, female, come on.
No.
We were just discussing that.
I'm quite happy not being equal.
Oh. There's certain things Julie just has to watch.
I have promised him a cup of coffee and a biscuit. I never said I was equal, Ridey.
Now I have ordered from Vivo a set of clip-on forks. They weren't available in Europe and then it just suddenly popped up. So I've ordered a set of forks to clip on the front of my bucket, but even those, my bucket loader is only 300 kilo and 10 of these bags is 350 kilos, so I've had to take some off. But I was hoping we were going to get those this morning, but we didn't. So as soon as they come, they'll come in pretty handy. Oh.
Yesterday it was raining quite a lot, so we thought not much we could have carried on with on the forms we were doing. So we decided to go and get some cement because today's a nice day. So Ian's busy transferring the new cement out the van to behind me, and also over the other side where we've been storing all our excess blocks and cement. We're just moving that all now to this flat area, and we're going to try today, hopefully, shouldn't moan because we've been wanting the cooler weather, try and get some of that forming sorted out for the new wall we're making.
But we did have a cave in last night.
Oh, see, I've done something else this morning. While Ian's been up here tidying up everywhere, I went to the main supermarket because yesterday oh my gosh, they had really tall laurel. I'll show you in a moment. And yeah, I just turned up with 14 rather large laurel bushes. So my little plant collection is growing. It's getting rather large now. So we'll have to find homes for them pretty soon. But before that, we've got walls to build and finish the gabions. And then the pretty stuff starts. Slowly clearing things, and this sack here we just can't get any closer, so I'll just have to do my best and empty it with the wheelbarrow as we use it. But Ian tried with the mini digger and it was too heavy, and then he got the tractor out and that moved it, and he just can't resist. When he's got this tractor out, he can't resist having a little cut. I think this is his happy place. New method. Ian's met me at the top of the drive with the trailer. Just been to the quarry, and we're going to try and take it down with the tractor so we can bring it closer to the front of the garage workshop and hopefully get it in a position that's more workable for us. Not sure how this is going to go. It was a bit tight getting round that corner. We just had to be careful with this little block here getting past it. But we did it.
Just as a couple of chops.
Yeah. For some reason, 1 ton of the sand and gravel is super heavy. My wheel arch is almost on the tyre, so it's a good job I don't have to go too far.
Oh, I didn't bloody raise it, did I?
We've managed to get the footings of our wall completed. Sorry we didn't get to video too much of this, but the last couple of days we've been battling bad weather. So as and when it's not been raining, we've been getting on and doing this. And it had to be done because Monday we're getting a nice lot of good weather this coming week. So we wanted to get this done while it was still horrible weather, so that we have a good week to be able to get on and get this finished. It's form work, it's not the most beautiful, we're not going to win any prizes for it, but basically we've managed to use all our scrap bits of Douglas fir to form the wooden sides, and the rebar, we unearthed all the rebar from our footings and everything that we did with the garage. So far we've not had to buy anything to do this. We've used up everything, so nothing at all has been wasted. We'll both be back up here in the morning. I'll be shoveling as normal, sand and gravel. Ian's in charge of the cement. I think we're organised. If not, tough, we're doing it. Tomorrow's the day we start these footings. See you then.
Come on, Floki, you're not last anymore. Hey. Good morning. Down here relatively early. It is concrete day, as Julie said last night, so we're just going to get set up and get started of getting these footings in. all the setup's done. We're getting ready to start mixing, but I thought I'd just tell you how we're going to be doing it. We're going to be doing the lower section first, starting off at this part here, and that is to allow that to set off a little bit before, when we get to the second stage, that doesn't all run down and pour out. So that'll set off a tiny little bit, allowing the top, more liquidy cement basically to sit on top, but also bind, because that top won't be fully set off. Well, we've got to be quick about that. So right, let's get mixing. Right, this is the first time we're using this VEGEGA 1500 watt power station. So let's see. I'm going to peel off the plastic. Everybody likes a plastic peel. Right, AC on. 100% charge. I charged it last night. So we're ready for a day of concreting. So let's see how this little machine works. So I've just noticed the transformer alone is drawing 163 watts. And then when we turn on the mixer, we're taking it up to 430 watts. So let's see how the VEGEGA performs. One year ago, when we started our retaining walls for the garage. So, let's see if I can remember how to do it.
Got lift off. First of many buckets, here we go. I was too good to him yesterday. I prepared all my buckets.
We've never used this little machine. We used the slightly bigger one last time. So we're a bit worried whether we could fit the whole mixture in. But my mix is 6:1. Now the 6 includes a mixture of sand and gravel. We get that directly from the quarry, and then half a bag of cement. The bags are 35 kilos, so it's going to be what, 17.5 kilo each. Which is basically a bucket. We measured it, so 6 buckets to 1 bucket of cement, and that should give us a good mix.
Mix number 1 done.
Very loud, this one.
We might have to put a chunk of wood on the end. Stop it slipping out. Now, we never thought about this until we filled the wheelbarrow
We
up.
didn't know how much it was going to
Oh my gosh, it's a sloppy. And it's so bouncy to get down. Oh my God, Ian. You're going to do well not to spill any. Or even the wheelbarrow's creaking. It was too risky. We got the shovel to start us off.
I think 2, half a mix each one, I think.
Perhaps the mixer we were using before was quite a bit bigger than this one.
I don't want to wreck the board, that's
No, nowhere near the board.
So this is 3 to 2. last. Right, we've finished after the all the concreting. We've got seven and a half mixes, so basically 8 mixes because it went on the same time, a half a mix to a full mix. But this mixer here actually uses this transformer, so this transformer is constantly drawing 176 watts, which is a pain. My other mixer would be on or off. So with that going all of the time, 8 mixes, which went up to about 500 watts, plus the vibrator, we have still got, you've got to trust me on this because you can hardly read it in this sun, 40% left. So it used 60% the capability on all our concreting needs for today. So that's pretty much a win for this machine.
Nearly an empty trailer. We managed to get all that done in about 7.5 mixes. We just needed a smaller mix to finish this little bit off. Ian's tidying up now, but we've got all that done. Just a little bit left in the wheelbarrow, but Ian's just cleaning up. But that's turned out really nice.
It's only a footing, but you want to get it as flat as possible. I've got my level pegs in, so I'm just troweling to those, and I'm thinking I'm there nearly. So all the water's come up to the surface. We've got a nice warm day, a couple of nice warm days coming up, so this should dry off. Hopefully I'll get the forms off tomorrow. Trim off some of the rebar that we've used to strengthen the forms, and then yeah, start measuring up for the blocks. But I think that's it for today's video. Project done really with all these footings in. Next video we'll be starting the wall, hopefully finishing the wall. So if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up, hit that notification so you'll know when the next episode's on. It also tells YouTube that people are liking these videos, so it gets us better up in their algorithm. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for them Pyrenees.